Okay. Let's start.
I had someone who wanted to do. I don't know if we have Bosch.io stuff already in our.
No, in the yeah, I saw the.
I
Was
don't
it
have any
he
merge
created?
rights.
Did he create a pull request? It was
Yeah, they
for the
created
release,
pull
right?
request.
This one. Yeah,
and they
I don't
removed
think
it.
it's things in here.
But I cannot merge anything. You can apparently.
Oh wow, that's no. This is just it's just for one release, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 releases, the beta and the.
Okay. Sure. And then the belief is that this will re-trigger the job.
Yeah, so when the releases GitHub, it will be automatically triggered again by the CI and will redeploy Bosch.io basically.
No, this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the ephemeral OS disk.
You're waiting for another review. Kenneth had a lot of questions which have been answered.
Yeah, and I mean you have reviewed it, and I think they are now like in the branch protection thing where they're saying we should have like one review, right? That's a requirement. That's what I can like this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tired. I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to get a flight, so I'm a bit tired at the moment. But let's see. We had community this, and then we had the pull requests, branch protection rules. Right? Oh wait, this is already applying it. That's the wrong one.
No, this yeah, you're working.
Yeah,
here,
this is the one. Yeah, that's yeah. Pick the wrong one.
applying only to one repo.
Okay, but still, yeah, here, right? These are the new guidelines that are about to be merged. So under that, we should be able to be allowed with one approval to merge.
Yeah.
And given that like already a few other people have looked at it, but not given a formal approval, but I mean like we have had at least 3 people now that have looked at it, so I think we can just merge it.
Mhm.
Shall we link? Yeah, let's just go ahead. Was it Tobias?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this is waiting for a review. Did we already re-request the reviews? Yes. Yes.
So we.
Yeah, I see. 2 days ago. So there was an Ramon paired with Constantine. They made a few changes. Ramon, did you also like with those changes? I mean, I assume you tested it.
We written tests, and I
Oh,
tested
you've
it.
written it. Okay, yeah.
So this is then waiting for review again, because at the moment it's
yeah.
pending.
Yeah,
Because the first one didn't actually work completely.
it was this part that was missing, right? The final index.
Yes. And now he
We have a name function.
Yes, so he created a whole name function and a prefix function and used that
Yes. Yeah,
instead of the if
yeah,
things, basically.
that's a good improvement. And then dash test.
Konstantin was also saying, yeah, now on the line that because that empty strings in the test, that we can also, then we need another refactor to that it's not necessary, that it can be nil or nothing. But it's a whole different.
It's fine. Okay. I'll look at it a bit more after this call. But I could go through quickly.
We have 2 approvals.
We have 2 approvals, that's good. We have a test now. Last time we didn't have a test, right?
Yes, I think they added a unit test and
Well, this was just a unit. I thought we talked about an integration test.
Yeah, but he
Kenneth,
said we are not doing integration tests at all for this. So
Okay.
yeah,
that
this
was
was
last week.
somehow. There should be a
Okay.
comment like this here from Kenneth.
Yeah, that's
Somewhere I saw like this.
maybe it was in one of these conversations.
Most probably, yeah.
Yeah, here it is. Okay. I don't hear. Point to it. Wrong. Okay. Okay. That will merge. And on soon.
Yeah, I had some things that he needed to change. He removed that whole thing in the end because it was not needed.
Yeah, and this is only affecting the
Cloud stack.
cloud stack stuff, so
Yeah.
it should be good to go. Why can I not merge and comment? That would be so much better. It saves me so much time. If I can do it in one go.
Write the GitHub command.
I'm gonna write a Chrome plugin to do it.
Yeah, I had some conversation about this with Konstantin. Basically, we have a bug in Bosch for a very long time already, and nobody is looking at it.
Yeah, that one. I think it was it raised by Beham or something? Or what?
Yes.
I think, right?
Yeah, basically is just not rebalancing, which is what
Yeah.
for one use case could be good, but for other use cases it's a bit weird.
Yeah, but this is about like documenting at least the behavior, right? I mean,
Yeah, no, that's
because
true.
it's an edge case thing. I mean, you don't always run into it. It's just like in those cases when you run into it, it's also nice to know because this also documents how you go and work around it, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So now it's basically scale it back down and then scale it back up.
Yeah,
There are
or
two, three strategies. Yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are multiple things to do.
yeah, so I think that's like already quite a big improvement, right? Because then depending on the scenario, you can pick the best option.
Yeah, it's challenging with persistent disk when persistent disks are in place.
Yeah, especially here, this solution where you had to do was it delete VM force or something?
Stop hard.
Oh, stop
Stop.
hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Wow, it's quite a nice find, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know about this, and that you can change the how recent the VM is with that.
So we already, yeah. So I also looked at it. I'm gonna also add an approve it because I didn't look at the PR, but I got a copy of this text before it was a PR. Anyway, we can merge.
I didn't look about typos and so on.
There's typos. It's good for other people. They can make small PRs and get a
Yeah.
contribution. I'm not able to find typos of
Me
dyslexia,
too.
so it's not gonna. I'm not the perfect person for that.
But there are
Not a native
tools you
speaker.
can help you.
Yeah, sure. Like that's why I have this plugin, like this. What's it? Grammarly. So that's helping me when I type. But,
Yeah.
Okay, then we have the code thing.
This is something GitHub is forcing on us again.
No, it's not got GitHub. We have this integration that we tried out a while back. But now they are saying that they're not doing hosted. They're not doing a hosted solution anymore. But let's wait for the foundation to figure out or the TOC to figure out what they're gonna do with the workers. Was that like I had to drop off on the TOC meeting? Was that like finalized? What's the next action on the change of the GitHub plan?
Yeah, we will try to clean up the users and then check again.
Yeah. So there's gonna be an RFC with a policy, right?
Correct. Yeah. Before that, Chris was sure that he can clean up a lot of users without RFC because they are. But yeah, we want also to introduce an RFC with the decision was to introduce an RFC with this, how we clean up the users.
Yeah, because in the end, if it's based on like last activity date in an org, right? Like I can quickly put something together with like the GitHub Graph SQL thing and JQ, right? You can probably generate pretty quickly a list of people that would like fall into that category if you just set that cutoff date, right? And then you can easily get rid of like a big bunch of people, and then the remaining things you can do the manual pass through.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll see. That's not this working group.
Yeah, the background is that with less user, we need to pay less for the enterprise license.
Yeah, I understand.
He's already.
But this, I mean, there is a date on this, right? But also, it's not
1 week.
gonna. I mean, I haven't seen this integration ever find anything, so I'm not that worried about losing this stuff for a while. We can bring it back if we have to get up action stuff, but I don't want to. I don't feel it's that important.
I got an email when we talked about this week from GitHub about some of the repos in our org, about some findings.
Findings
I
from
don't
this
know.
tool?
I'm not sure from where they came.
Usually GitHub sends those like emails saying we have a bunch of repos with vulnerabilities and stuff.
Dependbot.
Dependabots, yeah.
Yeah, Dependabot.
Yeah, so this is like static code analysis or something. So this gives you different things.
Yeah.
Shit. I didn't like the test thing, but we basically put an OR for an extra instance type. Thought maybe there would be a wildcard. It's better. I don't know. This is more explicit, but
I don't understand how this is working because this should already match this, right?
no, because this is
Or-
explicit, right?
Oh wait, this is the end. Like
Yeah,
no,
and
that's
dot,
not the end.
no.
Hmm?
There's an I3 dot, and now we need I3 and dot, and basically we can do I3 star dot.
Yeah, but this is already. Oh wait, this is an escape dot. Yes, I understand what the problem is. Yeah.
I would say I3 and then
Yeah, they
wildcard
should,
dot.
I mean, this you could do in a different regular. You could do this in one regular expression, right? The OR could even go into the regular expression.
Yeah, also. But I thought, yeah, I don't know. It's it's Ruby. I don't have an opinion on it. It's whatever you guys say.
I mean,
I think it's always I3 and then whatever they have in the near future.
we have cats now. Decided to climb on me. That's painful. Something like would something like that work? That works.
Yeah. Also fine.
Yeah, you can have many options. You have many options with regex. I like when it's more readable.
So you don't like this? I don't know.
My personal opinion is when it's easy readable, it's better, even when it's a little bit longer. But yeah, it's really yeah. Everyone has different opinions when it comes to regex.
Yeah.
So then let's keep it like this. Let's
Yeah.
keep it current.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's deal with this once we're gonna add another one, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's probably cheaper to or easier to do something like I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Something like that. Shorter. But maybe the person doesn't know. So I could also do something like this.
You could add it as a
Make it
suggestion,
boom.
but then said we
Yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
that's just
we
like,
accept it as is, but this is also an option.
okay. And what was this about?
Adding extra instance type for AWS, like which happens
Right.
like just once.
Yeah,
every
this is
months.
the regular PR we often get.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just accept it, dude. By the way, I didn't know that option that GitHub now provides when you do merge, you can squash basically everything. Pretty nice. If you have
I've been there for a while.
yeah, I know it since yesterday. Yeah, Constantine contacted me about this. There was a fix needed, and I solved it with that specific commit. I added it's due to investigate it, how and why and what we need to do. But basically the problem is in the Monet access helper. So either we can rewrite the Monet access helper to work with the multiple to C group v2. But yeah, I don't know what needs to, and Constantine as well. We don't know what's also using the other C group stuff. So why they are saying we are forcing v1 apparently with this systemd setting. Yeah, I have never really investigated this, so I don't know what the
But
implications.
is this not breaking like Garden?
So it is breaking something in Kubernetes. Seems.
Does Garden use the V2 APIs already? Oh.
yeah, so I don't know how to respond on this, and because this is going to take some investigation.
Yeah, but it was already released, right?
This Gem is already released since a very long time. It's like that was one of the first thing.
Oh
we
wait,
needed to
this
do to fix.
sorry. This is
Yeah.
from quite a long time ago. I wasn't looking at the year.
Oh, okay. No, so because without this, Jemmy wouldn't build. Jimmy wouldn't work with Bosch. So I don't know enough of C groups to at this point to know what we're talking about and what the implications are.
Okay. Yeah, I assume this is coming from the VMware TKGI team. And so I will follow up with them with Constantine.
Yeah, so if they have any suggestions or whatever, I'm gladly to fix stuff, but I just don't know. This morning, Constantine asked the same question, so
I saw something similar today in the Bosch Docker CPI release. There was an issue. It works only with the V1 version of the C group APIs. And
okay.
on macOS with the latest Docker desktop, they forced the V2 and you don't need to reconfigure the Docker to use V1.
So I don't mind to just say Jammy is now V2 compatible only, but it's a major release anyways, but
It's quite a big breaking change if
it's
things
quite
like
a big breaking change, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I responded on it. There are several ways to do it. I don't know. Thought maybe Carousel, the thing that you built a million years ago, would be a solution.
Yeah, Carousel would work. I don't know if it's still builds, but there's
it's
nothing
integrated-
action. There's
it's
nothing
integrated in Genesis.
actionable, right? This is more of a question.
Yeah, it was more of a question, so I don't know. As
Yeah.
I responded for I would recommend a tool like Carousel, and then I thought maybe you would respond, but
Maybe we can just add that in the community we have only the documentation and not tools in Cloud Foundry. I don't. He has found the documentation, obviously.
He found the documentation. Yeah. What was the ask? He wants to
he said
update
in
the
step 3,
documentation.
he said in step 3 mentioned here in a link 1 or the step 4 mentioning 2 can be used. Basically, he found 2 documentation that are a bit
Contradiction.
contradicting maybe in his
Yeah.
mind. I don't know. But yeah, Carousel does this all for you, so
Mhm.
I don't know.
This is totally different product. I will follow up because this it seems to be related to. Don't think this is actually an open source product, so it's probably an internal VMware customer making an open source issue. So I will follow up on that. Okay. And I lost my. I think there was one thing in the stem cell builder, right? A recent fix, something to do with monet. They're not-
Honey-
Yeah,
Honey
I think
learned
that,
something yesterday.
yeah. Could that be
but
related?
it was more like the communication with Monet.
It was something with a
that probably
restart.
didn't
and
result in the
IP
same error, right?
There was something with IP tables or something.
Correct. Yeah, the reset.
Yeah,
The
something with a
reset.
connection.
The socket haven't been closed correctly, and it was just staying around.
It was
Yeah,
a
this,
different error, I think, that he got. But
Yeah.
and here we have no disks that are like the ephemeral. There seems to be an issue with the ephemeral disks.
yeah, and after that, it's talking about the CD-ROM. Dude, we disabled the whole CD-ROM thing like ages ago.
No. CD-ROM is still being used on
I think since Gemmy, I think Bionic we removed it.
No,
right?
because that's
used
how
it.
we inject the metadata, the bootstrap data into
Oh,
the
I thought it
machine.
was now done something else because we now use the new OVF tool. I thought they removed the whole CD-ROM thing. It was now a USB stick or something. But
USB. Maybe.
I don't know.
But I think Constantine is working on this. Yeah.
It has been quiet in the stem cell builder repo for quite some time. Where are all these things coming from? Suddenly. What's happening?
What's happening is that people started to use Gemmy. Like we released Gemmy support like I don't know a few weeks ago. So our customers are now starting to use Gemmy. So that's why all sorts of interesting things are now starting to surface. And this is from the Kubernetes side of things, right? So the TKGI folks that do the on-demand service broker that creates Kubernetes clusters, right? They are starting to test with Gemmy now. And that's where these things come from. They do also pretty big scale tests. I have time for one more issue and then I have to go. This
Yeah,
one we
I've responded to these ones and the other one for new release because they're based things. It's just old stuff.
Mhm.
We removed it. Upgrade.
Yeah,
If
we
you don't
can.
want to upgrade, then
We
fine with
we
me,
have a
but don't complain.
we have an official policy on this, right? So we have
Yes.
the.
But it's just I responded to them and they didn't respond back. They also asked these questions in Slack. I also responded in Slack. They are really hesitant to upgrade for some reason.
Mhm.
No idea why. But yeah, they can still go to the 621. The only differences between the 315, 421, and the 415 and the 621 is the Bosch agent. Nothing much else, and some small APT package upgrades, but
Oh, okay, now this one can be closed.
yeah, and then you can close the other one as well, just the exact same thing.
Ah. Okay, I know now what the problem is. I previously it would open it in a tab, so I had to close. Now it's like opening it in an overlay, so I stay on the page. Is this the same? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that same root certificate issue, and
Hmm.
upgrade your freaking VM.
Yeah.
It's so weird. We designed this whole Bosch thing that you can easily upgrade without any issues. They're still hesitant to upgrade. I don't understand.
Maybe they have Bosch releases, which
Yeah.
do not work.
Yeah, this is an AWS CPI fix and also probably the agent. They want to have the native resize function as well with throughput settings.
Okay, so they're gonna work on the PR.
I don't know. This is what they responded 3 days ago. We're going to mess with it a bit to see what changes.
Sure.
I will just ask for a PR because I
Yeah,
don't
so
feel any,
they're too open for contribution.
unless SAP says, well, that's also a function, a feature that we want to do. Happily to look at it. But that's Max, that's your job.
Yeah. So basically, they want to be able to change some properties without recreating the disk.
Yeah, it also needs to, also the Bosch agent needs to.
Oh, what would they want to do it without? Sorry, cloud probably.
So they're already using the native resize function that works perfectly fine. But when they do any disk changes, so not the disk size changes, but disk changes, it doesn't go through the disk resize function, because Bosch doesn't know about that, because it says, hey, I need to change disks and not the size.
There's a recreate disks flag.
Yeah, so now it will just recreate. Now we'll just go to the create an extra, just copy migration.
Ah, I
disk.
see. So yes. So
and they want to have the native resize disk. It seems apparently that AWS supports this as well. But the Bosch agent.
So they would just want to update the settings without. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand.
Yes. Just check the latest section in the response below the last.
Yeah. So
comment.
it's not a specific Bosch AWS CPI thing, but it's more of a Bosch agent, AWS CPI and Bosch agent.
And it's actually the CPI that you need to change probably, because it's more like an update disk.
Does it need to do the resize after that, or the? I don't know what it needs to do. So yeah, we need to figure that out more. Maybe it's only an AWS CPI thing then.
I think it's the CPI change, because like it's a behavior, like it's the director that decides that it's gonna copy this stuff over again, right?
Yeah, and but if anything needs to happen on the file system way, then it needs to be fixed in the agent as well. But I don't know if that's necessary. These are just assumptions.
I don't think so. I think it's a board director change and maybe a CPI contract change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to go now. Talk to you all later.
Yeah, it's cool. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you.
See you. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.